Well, after finishing their national duty on a rather fabulous note by winning the T20 World Cup this year, a lot of English players are going to be now seen in T20 leagues across the world. And one of the most awaited T20 leagues is going to be the UAE's International League T20, featuring for Sharjah Warriors under Captain Moeen Ali would be Dawid Malan. He's joining us now. Dawid, welcome. And first of all, this is turning out to be a fabulous year for English cricket fans. I know you said that it was one of the most heartbreaking moments when you missed on the final, but then, bringing the cup home, how was it?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant summer or year, if you want to put it that way. And yeah, it was, I guess, the day before was probably the most disappointing day of my career to be ruled out of a World Cup final. But then to have won it the next day sort of makes you forget all of that. And it was an unbelievable day, unbelievable experience, and something that I'll never forget.
And English players, English team is rather churning out some unbelievable cricket, especially in the shorter format. And there's a lot of talk about baseball cricket, how that has changed your attitude towards, approaching a cricket match. Is there any secret formula that you can share with your fans?
No, I think one of the things that we as a team have always spoken about is never putting a ceiling on our performances, always trying to push the limits. Just because we score 400 today doesn't mean we can't score 420 tomorrow, and just because we score 420 the next day doesn't mean we can't score 450. It's always trying to get better and push those boundaries, and I think that's what's driven this England team across all formats, especially in this year with the Test team as well. But with the white ball team since Owen Morgan took over in 2015, it's always about trying to push the limits and see what we can achieve, and never be happy with scoring a 400 or scoring a 200 in the T20 game. It's, can we score 220? Can we score 250? And it's pushing those boundaries, and I think that's what's developed this team so well.
David, let's talk about the International League T20 and, of course, your team, Sharjah Warriors. You will have a lot of familiar faces as your teammates, especially, once again, playing under familiar faces like Moeen Ali and other English teammates. How do you see Sharjah Warriors' chances, and how are you looking forward to this experience?
Yeah, I think we've got a great chance. We've got unbelievable players that have played in the UAE a lot of the times. We've got a good contingency of Afghanistan players who have played a lot of their cricket in the UAE. I think that adds to a lot of the experience to play under guys like Moeen and Paul Farbrace, who are familiar faces for myself, as well as other English players that have played a lot of cricket out there in the UAE. I think it gives us a really good mix of players that can perform in those conditions. So it's exciting. Hopefully I guess you need to win your home games, which is for us is at Sharjah, and if we win those games, then it gives us a great opportunity to push for that title.
And how excited are you about the possibility of perhaps opening the innings as well, coming out as an opener if given a chance, if the responsibility falls on you?
Yeah, I'd love to. That's what I do. I'm an opening batter. I bat 3 for England, and because of that, every league I go to, I end up batting at 3, 4, 5, and 6, which does get frustrating sometimes. So hopefully in this one I can get the opportunity to open the batting and I can perform and hopefully win a lot of games for us.
David, I was reading one of your interview, and you said that you perform your best perhaps in 50 over cricket, and we are also entering the year when the 50 over World Cup is not too far away. India will be hosting the World Cup. Let's talk about a bit towards the preparations for that. I mean, how difficult is it to switch from one format to the other for modern day cricketers?
Yeah, I think within the England group, it's quite easy because we all want to play the same brand of cricket all the time. We don't try and change too much. We obviously have different roles for ourselves as players that we get given, but ultimately all we try and do is we try and push the ceiling and try and take the positive option at every opportunity. And I think that makes it exciting for us as players because we can always get back to play an exciting brand. But yeah, 50 over cricket is something that I want to be part of. I'd love to be part of that 50 over World Cup team, and hopefully there's opportunities leading up towards that for me to stake a claim for my spot.
And preparing for that would also be perhaps you'll get a chance in the IPL. I know that your name is there in the IPL auctions. Any team that you personally have set your eyes on?
Oh, look, I'd love to be part of the IPL. It's a fantastic tournament. I'll set my eyes on any team that wants me just to be part of that team, or part of any team in the IPL would be a fantastic experience. As players, you want to learn and you want to play with the best players in the world. And the IPL gives that platform to players.
David, I know you yourself are an inspiration to so many youngsters and your contemporaries. But anyone across the world that you find inspiration from, any contemporary cricketer that you are highly impressed with?
Oh, gosh, that's a tricky one. There's so many to pick from. Like there's been so many players that I've looked up to from when I was a kid. Guys like Gary Kirsten, growing up in South Africa. I guess the modern players at the moment. You look at like an AB de Villiers, someone like that, who's been such an inspiration for his country. And I guess those are the type of players that I've always looked up to.
David, if we talk about 2020 World Cup that got delayed and then finally was played in UAE, that was your first chance in T20s to bat on the local grounds there. What is your reading based on that experience? How well prepared, or what are your expectations from the grounds in the UAE? And do they really help you in preparing for the pitches in subcontinent?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the beauties about playing in the UAE is that each wicket is different. I've actually played quite a lot of cricket in the UAE, and from year to year they differ, which is what makes it so exciting. It makes it, I wouldn't say tough to plan, but you can play at Sharjah and you can play a certain way. You can go to the Dubai Stadium and it plays a different way, and you go to to Abu Dhabi and it plays a total different way. So you have to be able to, I guess, adapt quickly to be able to adjust your game to those type of conditions. But I guess playing in the UAE, it teaches you skills that you need in the subcontinent. Playing spin, some of the wickets are a bit lower, some of them are slightly bouncier. But it teaches you how to, I guess, learn your game to play in those different conditions.
David, we will be tossing a bit between your international experience with the national side and, of course, your T20 experience. I just want to understand from you, as a team that has just recently won the big ICC trophy, how would you rate the Indian team that you saw in Australia? And I mean, there was a lot of criticism, especially about our bowling department not performing at the right moment, death over bowling being an issue. Is there anything that sitting there as a player in the opposition camp can advise, can point out?
No, I don't think they need my advice on what they need to do to be a better cricketer. I think they're unbelievable cricketers. I guess to win tournaments, your bowlers need to win games of cricket. That's, I think it's just historic that in any team to win a tournament, you need to have your bowlers performing. But yeah, look, I guess India's got such good players. If they can put together a full game and I guess pick a brand of cricket they want to play and stick to that brand of cricket, they can achieve whatever they want to achieve. I guess it's just doing it when it matters in global tournaments, which is what they've done in the past, and there's no reason why they can't do it in the future.
But it's been 15 years that India won any ICC trophy. And looking at the English side, the way England team has come up in the last couple of years, winning the 50 over format World Cup as well, the 20 over format World Cup as well, we saw there were some drastic changes, some tough calls which were taken to achieve this sort of result. You think it's about time that other teams, especially India, I would speak from their perspective, can take inspiration from that? For every format, we need a specialized skill set, and therefore different teams.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think what you need to establish, and it's something that the England team did so well, was identify what type of brand of cricket they want to play, pick the certain players they want to do it, and the players that they believed were good enough asked them to play that way. And if they didn't want to buy into it, there was the door. They found someone else to do it. So ultimately, I guess that's one of England's strengths, is they've identified that brand, and people have to buy into it. And we don't play this brand of cricket for 3 months in a year and then we change it for the next month, or we get to a World Cup and suddenly we become more conservative. As soon as we agree on that brand, we all buy in. We keep pushing the boundaries. We keep being more and more aggressive. With the way we go about our cricket, and that's what has been so successful for us. For another team, it might be something totally different. I can't comment on what other teams discuss and what they go about it. But ultimately, as I said, India have got the players, to be world beaters, and they have got world beaters. I guess they just need to work out how they want to go about it, because when they do that, they'll be extremely dangerous.
And what's in store for Dawid Malan's fans for the upcoming T20 league that's going to start from January 13th? Are you assuring all of us that we are going to see your aggressive brand of batting?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's a successful one. Whenever you join a new franchise, you want to stamp your authority and and I guess your mark in terms of scoring runs, which is my main skill. So hopefully I can have a good season for them and win some games for us and put us in a position to win that trophy.
All right, David, it was a pleasure talking to you. Hope to see you in IPL soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.